Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas Gopalakrishnan. A political shock from the heart of Bihar. Bankipur, the BJP's strongest bastion for nearly 2 decades, has fallen. In a stunning upset, Prashant Kishore's Jan Suraj has wrested the seat from the BJP, ending its unbeaten run since the constituency was carved out in 2008. The seat was vacated by former BJP president, and former Bihar leader Nitin Nabin after his move to the Rajya Sabha. Now, the setback comes barely 9 months after the NDA's sweeping victory in Bihar, where it had won 202 of 243 assembly seats. For Prashant Kishore, it's a defining breakthrough. His first electoral victory coming on the heels of the Gen Z stir. The Bankipur verdict raises a big question. Is this an isolated bipoll result or the first political warning sign for the BJP? Let's get you some of the implications of Prashant Kishore's win in Bankipur. What are we talking about? The first implication is that PK has breached a seat that BJP has never lost in at least the last 2 decades. Implication 2, Jan Suraj gets a high-profile breakthrough. The third implication is that it establishes PK as an electoral player in Bihar, not just an armchair analyst. Implication 4, boosts Jan Suraj's electoral credibility as well. Implication number 5, it raises questions for BJP over urban Bihar base. Implication 6, forces RJD to watch new opposition competitor coming in. Implication 7, it could reshape Bihar's BJP versus RJD binary that has been in existence for the last several decades. Now, as the celebrations begin in Prashant Kishore's camp, Prashant Kishore has asked the BJP leadership to work towards improving Bihar's education. Meanwhile, LJP has asked everyone to be patient before results are announced. Listen in.
अच्छे आदमी को बनाइए ताकि बिहार में भी शिक्षा हो, बिहार में भी बच्चों के लिए रोजगार हो, बिहार के बच्चों को भी बाहर मजदूरी करने न जाना पड़े। ये संदेश बांकीपुर के लोगों ने दिया है। बाकी विधायक जीतना हारना ये तो राजनीति है, चलता रहता है। जिन लोगों ने मत दिया उनका धन्यवाद कर रहे हैं, जिन्होंने मत नहीं दिया है उनको यही कहेंगे कि आपसे आपका विश्वास जीतने के लिए और मेहनत और प्रयास करेंगे। और लोकसभा से पहले मोदी जी को, भाजपा को, अमित शाह जी को ये देखना चाहिए कि बिहार में कैसे बेहतरी हो, बिहार में बच्चों को रोजगार कैसे हो, पलायन कैसे बंद हो। एकमात्र यही उद्देश्य है। हम लोग को विधायक बन के ठेका पट्टा नहीं करना है।
In Loktantra, it is the people, it is the will of the people that matters the most. I think it is also important at the same time to make sure that every vote is counted. And unless every vote is counted, pronouncing any judgment will be premature. Let's wait, let all the votes be counted in, and whatever result is declared will be acceptable to all. It makes sense to analyze the causes of win or loss only after the results are declared.
Let's quickly get in updates from our reporters on ground. We have Saket joining us from Bihar. Also with us is Makran joining us from Madhya Pradesh. Pragya joins us from the national capital for the national implications. Saket, बहुत महत्वपूर्ण इलेक्शन है ये, बाइपोल है ये। हमने जिस तरह से देखा है, पहली बार पीके एक चुनाव जीत के आ रहे हैं। पास्ट असेंबली में उन्होंने कोशिश की लेकिन कामयाब नहीं हो पाए। बट इस बार जो पीके खुद जीत के आए हैं, सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर क्या रहा है? क्योंकि बीजेपी के लिए बहुत बड़ा सेटबैक है। नितिन नबीन जो पार्टी के नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट हैं, पिछले 2 दशकों से उनकी ही सीट के रूप में देखा जा रहा है। तो क्या कारण रहे ऑन ग्राउंड?
देखिए, बिल्कुल ये बड़ी जीत है प्रशांत किशोर के लिए, क्योंकि ये बीजेपी का गढ़ माना जाता रहा है बांकीपुर विधानसभा। और ऐसे जगह पर प्रशांत किशोर ने बीजेपी को शिकस्त दी है, तो निश्चित तौर पर एक बड़ी जीत है। और यही जीत जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं बूस्टअप पूरे प्रशांत किशोर का जो कैंप है उसको करने वाला है। अभी भी अब प्रशांत किशोर के ही घर पे मौजूद है। यहाँ पर देखिए, प्रशांत किशोर मीडिया से फिलहाल बात कर रहे हैं, तस्वीरों में भी आप देख पा रहे हैं। और बड़ी संख्या में जो उनके समर्थक हैं वो यहाँ पर अभी भी मौजूद है। लगातार यहाँ पर डांस हो रहा है, अबीर गुलाल चलाए जा रहे हैं, यानी कि एक जश्न दिखाने की भी कोशिश यहाँ पर जन सुराज के तरफ से है। जो आपने सवाल किया कि आखिर फैक्टर क्या रहा, तो सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर प्रशांत किशोर का चेहरा रहा इस चुनाव में, क्योंकि बीजेपी ने जिसे कैंडिडेट बनाया था नीरज सिन्हा, उसको लोग नहीं जानते थे। बांकीपुर की जनता उसे पहचानती तक नहीं थी। और कहीं ना कहीं प्रशांत किशोर ने इस बात को यहाँ के वोटरों केंद्रों तक भी पहुंचाया। वो लगातार कह रहे थे कि बीजेपी कहती है कि किसी को भी मैं यहां से टिकट दे दूंगा जीत जाएगा, कुत्ते बिल्ली को भी टिकट दे दे तो वो जीत जाएगा। तो ऐसी चीजों को प्रशांत किशोर ने जनता तक पहुंचाया कि बीजेपी ये सोचती है कि यहां से वो किसी को भी कैंडिडेट बनाए तो वो जीत कर यहां पर आएगा। तो ऐसे में प्रशांत किशोर बनाम नीरज सिन्हा का जो चेहरा था उसमें प्रशांत किशोर ने बाजी मार ली।
इंपॉर्टेंट मैसेज,
मुद्दे
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मैसेजिंग है वहां पे साकेत, जो आप कह रहे हैं बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं। बट लेट मी गेट अ क्विक वर्ड फ्रॉम मकरान। मकरान, व्हाट वाज द बिग फैक्टर इन दतिया एज वेल, जो बीजेपी के अगेंस्ट की, जो कांग्रेस के जो कैंडिडेट है जो वहां जीत पाए, दतिया में क्या रहा इशू?
देखिए, दतिया में भी कमोवेश सेम फैक्टर रहा। 2-3 इश्यूज थे। पहला तो नरोत्तम मिश्रा का टिकट काटना, वहां एक बड़ा फैक्टर रहा। बीजेपी से बहुत लंबे समय से विधायक रहे, हालांकि पिछला चुनाव हार गए थे, लेकिन उसके बावजूद वो टिकट की उम्मीद कर रहे थे। टिकट उनको नहीं मिला, उनके समर्थक नाराज थे। एक तो ये फैक्टर रहा। दूसरा, आशुतोष तिवारी बाहरी फैक्टर थे, दतिया के लोकल नहीं है, दूसरी विधानसभा से आते हैं, तो ये फैक्टर कांग्रेस की तरफ से लगातार कहा जा रहा था कि बाहरी व्यक्ति को टिकट दिया गया है। तीसरा, कांग्रेस ने जो लोकल व्यक्ति को टिकट दिया था, घनश्याम सिंह, वो वहां के राजघराने से ताल्लुक रखते हैं, डाउन टू अर्थ हैं और वहां पे पब्लिक से लंबे समय से कनेक्ट रहे हैं। तो ये बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स रहे हैं जो मूल जिसकी वजह पर, जिसके बिहाफ पर चुनाव लड़ा गया है। अब यहाँ पर बहुत सारे मसले होते हैं, जैसे कि स्थानीय स्तर पर राजेंद्र भारती की ओर से सैबोटेज किया गया। ये कांग्रेस को पहले से अंदाजा हो गया था, उनको कल ही शाम को पार्टी से निष्कासित किया गया है। तो इस तरह के सैबोटेज दोनों साइड से हुए हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि केवल एक पार्टी में। बीजेपी के अंदर
आप भी हमारे साथ बने रहिए। लेट मी गेट अ क्विक वर्ड फ्रॉम Pragya. Pragya, what is the bigger messaging going out? If out of 3 by-elections, the BJP is losing 2, including, of course, the current sitting party president's own bastion and hometown, then the kind of statements that Saket was referring to, where senior leaders of the party are saying that they can make anybody stand and they will win the election, now that certainly has proved to be untrue. So the party will have to be very careful, particularly in the context of CJP protests, etc., about which way the youth vote is going and what newer leaders and their emergence really means for the national and larger political picture.
Well, Madhav, what BJP is saying is that they do not take any defeat lightly. In fact, there will be analysis where what went wrong for BJP, especially in Bankipur. It was a gud for BJP. It is a traditional vote. Nitin Nabin, who is the national president, has been winning that seat for quite some time now, and in fact, since 1995. And the fact is that BJP losing this poll shows that there was not, the much needed push and much needed strategy that was needed to win this particular poll. What is concerning here is the rise of Prashant Kishore. We had seen rise of Kejriwal in Delhi. It decimated opposition. RJD is also very concerned. We spoke to Misa Bharti, but more so BJP, because they do not want, any sort of positioning of Prashant Kishore, despite the fact that he's only the single member elected from his own party, Jan Suraj. But having said that, they do not want him to become a major force.
Okay.
Apart from that, BJP also believes that they should have prepared well for this particular polls. There are some lacunas, and they will analyze these lacunas.
We'll get down to those details once it's analyzed, of course, by various political parties and other players. But Pragya, Makaran and Saket, thanks so much for joining us. Let's quickly open this up and take it across to our guest now. Kuntal Krishna is BJP spokesperson joining us. We have Mayank Sinha, leader of JDU. We have Chitra Batham, spokesperson of the Congress party. RK Mishra, spokesperson of Jan Suraj party, is also with us. Let me start with you first and foremost, Kuntal Krishna. This is certainly a huge setback. A defeat in a stronghold, in a bastion such as this, is certainly not something that was expected. What is the larger messaging? Because if out of 3, if in 2 seats the BJP, and that too all these states are BJP ruled states, that will certainly lead to big questions about what is the reason for BJP candidates losing 2 of these 3 elections. Kuntal Krishna.
In democracy, people hold the key. In democracy, voter is the boss. And whatever verdict is there for us, we accept that fully. Now, once I talk about Bankipur, congratulations to Prashant and his team. It's a celebration time for them, but this celebration comes with a very big responsibility. And for us, it is an introspection time. It is a time to analyze our things. See, this was a seat which we have been winning for last almost 3 decades. Just in 2025 elections, Bankipur gave us a big blessing. Our candidate, Nitin Naveen ji, he got around 100,000 votes. It was 98,000 in fact. And this time, our candidate going below our expectation. So this is definitely a time when we have to analyze and we have
So
to
as our correspondent Saket there was reporting, statements from senior BJP leaders that anybody stands for election, chahe hum kutta billi ko kisi ko bhi khada kare, we'll win the election. Somewhere was there a message of complacency or arrogance reflected in these kind of statements, which could have led to this debacle?
Yeah. Now elections are over, results are almost out, but let me tell you, no one from BJP can even think about these things. This was a propaganda by Prashant and his team, and okay, now since he has won, I won't comment on this point of time on all these propagandas, but Prashant, there is a message for you. Your victory comes with a big responsibility. Now only propagandas won't serve.
Let
You
R.K.
have to
Mishra
be on the
respond to
ground.
that. He's spokesperson of Jan Suraj Party. R.K. Mishra जी क्या जवाब देना चाहेंगे आप? बीजेपी प्रवक्ता वो कह रहे हैं कि ये सब प्रोपेगेंडा था प्रशांत किशोर का. क्या जवाब देना चाहेंगे? R.K. Mishra, can you hear me? Mr. Mishra, all right, let me just take this across to Chitra Batham, spokesperson of the Congress. Chitra Batham, how much of this is propaganda? How much of this is arrogance? And what is the larger message? Because if there is emergence of Prashant Kishore, that also means that the role of the Congress and the RJD alliance and their relevance in the politics of Bihar comes under question. Because you now will have another anti-BJP player in the state. Chitra.
Madhav, good evening to you, your viewers, as well as to the media panelists. Let me first tell you that everybody knows the reality of Prashant Kishore's relationship with BJP pre-2014 and till date. And that is what we are seeing as the by-election results today. I mean, everything they have done in their power to get PK into this, to win this respective election result. Because if you see the 2025 election result, we had Nitin Nabin winning by 98,299 votes. We had the RJD Rekha Kumari Gupta 46,363 votes, and the Jan Swaraj Party's candidate Vandana Kumari just garnering only 7,717 votes. So I want to ask over here, what changed in such a small span of time? Nothing. What was the vision of Prashant Kishore? Nothing. In fact, after his victory, what he's been saying that I can't make Bakipur as Bengaluru in one day or anything of that sort. So he has got no vision, nothing.
Batham, what is the exact allegation you are making? Are you saying this is a fixed match between Jan Suraj and BJP? Is that your allegation?
Absolutely, this is just an extension of the gerrymandering that BJP has been doing with Bihar or the other states in the regular elections.
How is this gerrymandering, ma'am?
And now by having dummy candidates. Obviously, because they put up a dummy candidate. Your correspondent himself said that Neeraj Kumar Sinha was not a face that anybody recognized. So when Prashant PK is actually contesting from that seat, shouldn't they have given enough?
Okay. Let me bring in R.K. Mishra of the Jan Swaraj Party. In fact, congratulations to Mr. Mishra and of course to Prashant Kishore on the victory. But R.K. Mishra, दोनों तरफ से there are questions coming from. एक तरफ बीजेपी कहती है कि प्रशांत किशोर का प्रोपेगेंडा था, दूसरी तरफ कांग्रेस का कहना है कि ये फिक्स मैच है, नूरा कुश्ती हो रही है आपके और बीजेपी के बीच में. क्या जवाब देना चाहेंगे R.K. Mishra?
बिल्कुल, जो दोनों ही बातें जो है ना, हम पे तो एलिगेशन ऐसे लगते रहे हैं. ये जन स्वराज अपने रास्ते पे चल रहा है. लास्ट 4 years से we have been trying to explain to the people the damage Bihar has suffered by long rule of all the parties. We want education, better education, पलायन से मुक्ति and बेरोजगारी से मुक्ति. और इस बार का जो बांकीपुर का चुनाव था, ये तो भाजपा अपने अंतर कलह कारण हारी है. भाजपा को एक घमंड था तो किसी को भी टिकट दे देके जीत जाएगी. ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस में भाजपा हारी है. और कांग्रेस के लिए तो हम तो कांग्रेस को धन्यवाद देंगे कि उन्होंने सपोर्ट किया था. ये नहीं कि फिक्स मैच नहीं था. उनको लगा था कि गलत कैंडिडेट या ठीक कैंडिडेट नहीं होने का कांग्रेस के लोकल लीडर्स का सपोर्ट इस तरह से ओपन आया तो लोगों को लग गया कि एक तरह से प्रशांत किशोर जी स्ट्रॉन्ग कैंडिडेट तो थे ही एंड एक तरह से opposition.
Chitra Batham, he is actually thanking Congress for the victory. You are saying this is a fixed match between BJP, the Jan Swaraj saying the exact opposite. What do we make of this?
No, Congress
See,
leaders.
that
on
that
record
is
saying
that is what the play that the Jan Swaraj always does. That is not correct. Whatever he's saying, we appreciate the fact that Prashant Kishore has won, but we all know the reality that Prashant Kishore is nothing more than BJP's B team.
All right, and Kuntal Krishna's hand is also up. Kuntal Krishna, your response, because he has repeated that same concern that arrogance somewhere was there in the BJP, which is why they lost the election. Your response to Mr. Mishra?
Madhav, Mr. Mishra is a very senior fellow. He was DGP in Bihar. So I won't say anything on to him on this day. But I'm telling you, it's an introspection time for us. You know, the biggest worry is we got 98,000 votes 6 months before. And now our vote share has come down to almost 50,000. Almost 50% has gone. So this is the biggest worry for us. We are going to introspect on this. And a piece of advice to Madam Batham. Madam, Congress party supported Prashant Kishore openly. So if you are going to support someone and then you say that BJP has fixed a match, please at least keep some respect for your local unit. They supported Prashant Kishore openly, and Mr. R.K. Mishra ji is here to confirm it. Madhav, congratulations to Prashant Kishore, but again I am saying that this victory has come with a great responsibility. And once you are there in the field, mere words or propaganda won't serve. You will have to prove.
Okay. Okay, Chitra wants to respond to you very quickly, Chitra, and then go across to Mayank Sinha.
All I'm saying is that we all know very well what the game has been played over there, what Khela Hobe has happened over there. So I don't think so we need any gyan from Mr. Kuntal Mishra over here per se. But as I said, you know, congratulations cannot be taken away from Prashant Kishore. But the fact is that he remains, sorry, Kuntal Krishna ji. So, as I said, he is BJP's B team, and which is why a dummy candidate would place in front of him. That is why he won very much.
Okay, Mayank Sinha, your response to this fixing charge, and how much of this battle now for minority votes will this reflect in terms of its implication in Bihar for the future elections? Mayank Sinha, please. Mayank Sinha.
No, firstly, today I appreciate Prashant Kishore ji and congratulate for the victory of the Prashant Kishore ji by election Bakipur. Actually, the mandate of the people are supreme, and we respect the mandate of the people. We respect the verdict of the people, and then the Bihar is the land of the democracy, and we accept the mandate without blaming anyone, because there is some local factors and candidate dynamics. It's very difficult to for BJP. We focus, our government focus only for the development agenda and upcoming border political roadmap for the Bihar, rather than getting sidetracked by a single constituency loss. So our government is totally respecting the field of the development and all these issues. And now the Prashant Kishore won this election.
But let me bring back Kuntal Krishna on two factors. How much of the youth anger is reflected? We've seen the CJP protest, a lot of social media mobilization and angry messaging here. How much of that has had an impact? And number two, what is the implication in terms of another, quote-unquote secular player, so-called quote-unquote secular player coming up, and the splitting of the Muslim vote over there in Bihar? What is the implication on that?
Madhav, I am telling you, after these protests, election results have come. Election day was there after these protests. So once we are going to introspect and analyze, we will have to analyze everything. In Bakipur, the election date was 2-3 days after this protest were there. So if we are analyzing it, I told you very plainly and very clearly, just 6 months back, we got 98,000 votes. Now our vote share has come down to 50%. So this is time for us to introspect and analyze.
Mr.
And
Mishra?
once we introspect and analyze, we will have to analyze every
Mr. Mishra, how much of these youth protests, CJP protests, etc., had an impact on this election?
Basically, the two results, Datia and Bakipur, they reflect something is amiss in BJP itself, number one. Number two, the protest which was there at Jantar Mantar and also at Patna and various places in Bihar, the youth has voted against BJP to us. So definitely CJP protest and youth protest has a major role to play. And thirdly, what I said that the BJP voters, because of the weak candidate, didn't come out to vote. 7% BJP voters didn't come out to vote. In their places, the youth, the second half, they voted en bloc to JSP. Therefore, we at every booth, JSP has won. Every booth, JSP has defeated BJP.
Okay.
So BJP
But who will-
का करना है, booths
Who will JSP be a bigger threat for? Will it be a threat for the ruling party or will it be a threat for the opposition? That was also something that remains to be seen, because when newer players come, they can either impact on the ruling party or on the opposition. Who will it affect more remains to be seen. I'd like to thank all our panelists, Kuntal Krishna, Mayank Sinha, Chitra Batham and R.K. Mishra. Thanks so much for joining us. There's a breaking update coming in. Parliamentary Standing Committee on IT has passed a condemnation resolution against tech giant Meta, demanding strict legal action over the removal of a video featuring Prime Minister Modi. MPs have urged Union Home Secretary Govind Mohan to initiate action against Meta officials. The committee also rejected Meta's apology outright, with representatives from Meta, Facebook and other platforms present during the meeting. Let's go across to Pragya. Pragya, this is a very, very significant message going out from the Parliamentary Standing Committee, and of course remains to be seen what further action is taken by the Union Home Secretary.
Absolutely, Madhav. In fact, what we are given to understand from our sources is that the apology that was given by Meta was rejected outrightly by these MPs. They were very angry. In fact, they had not just sought apology, but a strict legal action against Meta. In fact, the observation of these MPs were that Meta is not new when it comes to manipulating algorithm. This has been a case with Meta, for quite some time. In fact, there had been members in parliamentary committee who had headed also IT parliamentary committee before, and they have also sought clarifications on Meta on various such issues. It looks like it's a habitual offender, and this is particularly the reason why these MPs said that there is a legal action that needed to be taken against Meta, despite the apology tendered by them. Apology won't cut ice, and it won't make Meta also, straighten their ways, is what MPs said. And this has been, one of the parliamentary committees that had representatives from Facebook, Meta, and other social media giants as well. We are given to understand this time they're not letting it go. They are asking the ministries and government to take strict legal action against
All right,
Meta.
so what's the legal action that will follow? Something that we're going to watch out for very closely, Pragya. Thanks so much for joining us with that update. And with that, we're slipping into a very quick break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay tuned.